Well, it's worthwhile noting he did not actually address the CEO summit, which is something he has done in previous years. I wonder if some of this is also with an eye to what's happening in 2024, the possibility that Trump would come back in who has a very different worldview on engaging with China.
Well, first of all, you're right. He didn't attend the CEO summit. He was supposed to give a speech, and he pulled the day before. But he also put on his schedule a dinner that was pay to play, but still with all the big American CEOs there, and spent a lot of time with them and gave a very warm and friendly speech to them, and had a little bit of sort of engagement one-on-one with some of them as well. So in that regard, I don't think anyone came away from the trip saying, oh, Xi Jinping wasn't engaged. In fact, he had a surprise meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister Kishida for over an hour. First time
Right.
those two men have met in over a year. So that was a big deal too. So again, I wouldn't make too much out of the fact that he didn't do the CEO
Yeah, that's fair.
summit. Yeah, but so I'm sorry. The other question was
The other
on
question was with regard to
Trump
Trump.
Yeah.
Given what's happening in the polls, the possibility that he would come back. I don't know if that's affecting the mindset. Again, I know that you are not, looking through the eyes of Xi Jinping, but I would imagine that's something that would be on their minds.
Look, I spoke with a lot of the leaders there, obviously, and I would say that unlike most other leaders in the region who certainly fear a Trump presidency, I don't think that Xi Jinping has made up his mind. I mean, certainly in terms, again, I don't know Xi, but in terms of his leadership, I think they're not sure. There's a lot of consistency between Biden and Trump's orientation on China. Certainly, if you look at the tariffs, certainly if you look at the policy on Taiwan. I mean, you could argue Trump was a little softer on technology, on semiconductors. Biden ramped that up and combined it with industrial policy, the CHIPS Act. So maybe Biden's a little tougher. Certainly Trump is a little bit harder to predict. And that means, both that he can, drive wedges between the U.S. and its allies, which the Chinese might welcome, but could also, get more angry with the Chinese and cause trouble all of a sudden. So it's more uncertain. I don't know. I mean, certainly everybody there, not just the Chinese, recognize that Trump can easily become the next president. In fact, if there were election today, he'd probably win. And that is unnerving a lot of American allies around the world. I don't think that has had a significant impact on Xi's meetings in San Francisco.